Victor Gyokeres chooses the Premier League, but Arsenal is his preferred destination. Who does Manchester United now go for at the striker position? Do they spend big money at this position, or do they address other areas and come back to this at a later date? So the news today was that Victor Gyokeres is leaning towards Arsenal. So Arsenal is his number one priority. But Fabrizio did mention that he hasn't outright rejected Manchester United. It's just that his preference is for Arsenal. Now, is this good news or bad news for Manchester United? I think it's good news because now Manchester United can step away from these negotiations and go and address the other positions on their team. See, if the player does not have his heart set on coming to Manchester United, so then just put it on the back burner and then see what happens in the end, that if he's available or not, and then you can come back to this transaction. Because if you remember the Frankie de Jong situation, which was 2 or 3 years ago, you can negotiate all you want with the selling club, but if the player's mind is not set on coming to your club, then it doesn't matter, because in the end the negotiations would all be for waste. So I'm glad that this news has come out. Manchester United had this feeling that this was going to happen. So in a way, it's good that we can now move forward and possibly either look at other strikers who are available, or even just leave the striker position alone and go and address the other positions. So Ben Jacobs had also come out with this news that yes, it's not a formal rejection of Manchester United, but it's just that he wants to get into Arsenal. Now, will Arsenal sign him? So Arsenal is looking and is primarily focused on Benjamin Sesko, but now it looks like they have Victor Gyokeres, who's basically asking Arsenal to come forward and put in a transfer offer. So I don't think he'll go to Arsenal, but you cannot even rule it out, because Arsenal don't have the Benjamin Sesko deal over the line. So if the Sesko deal is too expensive for them, they might leave that and then come for Victor Gyokeres. So I felt that this was such a done deal, but now it looks like the longer this will take, there's so many people in the negotiations, it's best to just step away, let the dust settle, and then come back to it later, because Manchester United have many needs which need to be filled. So it's better to just address those and then come back to this. So Manchester United, they had a feeling that this news was going to come, that Victor was not 100% in on Manchester United. So they have been trying to contact other strikers and their agents to just get a feel on who would be interested in coming. Now, one of the names mentioned is Hugo Ekitike. He's a player from Eintracht Frankfurt. He's also been of interest for other Premier League clubs like Chelsea and Liverpool. Now, that's not entirely good news, because now you have 3 suitors from the Premier League who have big pockets. So is it good to be in that position and negotiating with a player who has other options? And plus the selling club, Frankfurt wants 100 million euros. So because they have so many clubs looking at him, would they be willing to lower down their price? Probably not. So, and he is an inexperienced striker. Manchester United have an inexperienced striker in Rasmus Højlund, and they have another youngster in Chido Obi Martin. So we should just stay away from this. We need an experienced striker. So maybe go and kick the tires on Mateta and see what's the deal there. Is he happy at Crystal Palace, or is he looking for other options? or maybe go around Europe and look for other experienced strikers. And you don't always have to go for young strikers because you're looking for pace or possible sell-on value. Look at the recent strikers which have gone on sale. Harry Kane went from Tottenham to Bayern. Lewandowski went to Barcelona. I mean, we can do with an experienced striker, one who can position himself well and just feed off the better tens in the Premier League. So I just hope this deal goes nowhere and that Manchester United focuses its efforts on experienced strikers. And if those don't work out, and then the Victor Gyokeres situation doesn't work out, then just go address the other areas in the team, because 100 million euros is going to be a big risk, and it's not a risk which Manchester United can currently afford. So what does Manchester United now do? My suggestion is get the Bryan Mbeumo deal over the line. That should be your second item on your transfer to-do list. Your first item was Cunha, which is already done, but this Bryan Mbeumo deal is still out there. He's on the last year of his contract. Brentford is trying to sell him. They might try to market him to other clubs, but according to Ben Jacobs, he is completely focused on coming to Manchester United. So that's good news. So what Manchester United should do is speak to the player and try to convince him that, hey, we want you and we know you want us. So please be patient. We are trying to negotiate with Brentford. They're driving a hard bargain. So just hold on and we'll come and get you. Because I think the only reason why this is taking so long is Brentford initially had a price for him, and Manchester United did meet that price, but now that they know that Manchester United is the club that is interested in him, they have gone ahead and increased their asking price. So, I mean, this is just greediness on the part of Brentford, but who blames them? Because if you have a valuable player, you're going to try to get as much money as you can. So this is probably going to take time. My worry is the longer it takes, the players can get swayed to another club. So that's what is happening with Victor Gyokeres. I mean, it took for a long time for any clarity on the situation, and now that you know where his preferences lie, you have lost a lot of time in going and getting or researching other options. So try to get this done, even if there's a difference of like £5 million between what Brentford wants and what Manchester United is willing to pay. I think this is a bullet which you can bite and just take a chance, because once you get Matthias Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo done, then your forward line is more or less done. So you can wait and see. You can then just go ahead to your outgoings, put all your efforts in the outgoings, and also you can go and look at other positions like a midfielder and a goalkeeper. So I hope Manchester United just leaves the striker negotiations alone and then just come back to it in the month of July and see how the dust has settled, who has gone where, and then try to pick somebody up. This is where the Liam Delap situation was so important, because I think Manchester United could foresee that situation, that if they got him, then they were in no hurry to get a striker across the line. So who knows how this situation will end, but just get the Mbeumo deal done. Now that's the focus. Once you get that done, then we can have a talk about the other positions on this team which need to be filled. If you have any comments, please leave them down in the comment box, and also please like and subscribe, as that helps other people find this content. Thank you.